Have you ever wondered why certain experiences bring such immense joy that it seems to stimulate all your senses? Welcome to the intriguing realm of human senses, where every moment of joy is a symphony of sensory interactions. In our everyday lives, we rely on 5 common senses: sight, hearing, taste, touch, and smell. But did you know there's a 6th player in this sensory ensemble? That's right, our sense of balance, often overlooked, yet crucially important. It's the silent maestro coordinating our movements, keeping us upright, and enhancing our spatial awareness. Each sense provides a unique perspective, a different piece of the puzzle, contributing to our overall experience of joy. So when we feel joy, it's not just a single sense at play, but a harmonious interplay of all 6 senses. So are you ready to explore how these senses interact and contribute to our experience of joy? Let's delve into the fascinating world of human senses and how they interact when we experience joy. Joy, a powerful emotion that can light up our world, has a profound effect on our senses. But what happens in our brain when we feel joy? Imagine joy as a bright spark, igniting a cascade of reactions in your brain. This isn't just a fanciful metaphor, it's a reflection of the profound biochemical processes that occur within us. When we experience joy, our brain releases a cocktail of chemicals that not only make us feel good, but also enhance our senses. First, let's talk about dopamine. Often referred to as the feel-good hormone, dopamine is released by our brain when we experience something pleasurable. It's like a reward system that encourages us to seek out experiences that bring us joy. Next up is serotonin. This neurotransmitter plays a crucial role in mood regulation. Higher levels of serotonin are associated with feelings of happiness and well-being. It's like the sun breaking through the clouds on a gloomy day, lifting our spirits and making the world seem brighter. Then we have oxytocin, known as the love hormone. Oxytocin is released during positive social interactions and moments of bonding. It fosters trust, empathy, and connection, enhancing our sense of belonging and joy. Last but not least, we have endorphins. These are our body's natural painkillers, and they also trigger a positive feeling in the body, similar to that of morphine. When we laugh, exercise, or feel joy, our body releases endorphins, helping us feel relaxed and content. These chemicals, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins, work together, stimulating our senses and enhancing our perception of the world. They make colors seem brighter, sounds more resonant, and experiences more meaningful. It's as if joy gives us a pair of rose-tinted glasses, amplifying the beauty and richness of our world. So, joy doesn't just make us feel good emotionally, it also heightens our senses. Now that we understand the science of joy, let's explore how this emotion influences each of our senses. Begin with a moment of pure joy. Perhaps the first bite of your favorite food, the sight of a loved one after a long absence, or the feel of a warm sunbeam on your skin. These sensory experiences seem more vivid, more alive when accompanied by joy. But why? Let's start with taste. Joy actually enhances our perception of flavor. When we're happy, our brain releases dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter, which heightens our sense of taste. So that chocolate cake isn't just delicious, it's an explosion of sweetness when you're joyful. Next up, sight. Have you ever noticed how colors seem brighter when you're happy? That's not just poetic language. Research suggests that joy can actually enhance our perception of color. Our brains interpret signals from our eyes differently when we're joyful, making colors appear more vibrant. Then there's touch. Joy makes our skin more sensitive to touch, allowing us to perceive even the slightest texture or temperature change. This is due to the release of oxytocin, often called the love hormone, which heightens our sense of touch. Thus, a lover's hand feels softer, a breeze feels cooler, a blanket feels cozier when we're in a state of joy. And let's not forget about our hearing. Joy can even make sounds seem more pleasant. The emotional tone of a piece of music, for instance, can feel more potent when we're happy. This is because our auditory cortex, the part of the brain that processes sound, is directly linked to our emotional centers. Finally, even our sense of smell is influenced by joy. Studies show that our emotional state can affect how we perceive different odors. When we're happy, pleasant smells seem even more delightful, while unpleasant odors may be less bothersome. It's clear that joy has a profound impact on our sensory perception, making the world seem brighter, more flavorful, and more touch-sensitive. Through joy, our senses are amplified, making our experiences richer and more intense. So the next time you're feeling joyful, take a moment to savor the heightened sensations. After all, joy isn't just an emotion, it's a sensory experience. We've seen how joy influences our senses, but did you know that our senses can also trigger joy? This is indeed a fascinating aspect of our human experience. Let's dive deeper into this sensory dance of happiness. Consider the delightful aroma of fresh-baked cookies wafting from the kitchen. Doesn't it often bring a smile to your face and a sense of comfort? That's your sense of smell sparking joy. Or think about the sound of a loved one's laughter. It's not just an audible experience, but a source of happiness that resonates within us, thanks to our sense of hearing. Taste, too, can evoke joy. The first bite of your favorite meal, the sweetness of a ripe fruit, or even the comforting warmth of a hot drink on a cold day. These sensory experiences aren't just passive, they actively contribute to our feelings of joy and contentment. It's a two-way street. Our senses can both respond to and trigger joy. In our journey through the world of senses and joy, we've discovered some fascinating insights. We've delved into the science of joy, unearthing how it's not just an emotion, but a complex interplay of neurochemicals that can uplift our mood and perception. We've explored how joy tangibly influences our senses, from sharpening our sight to enhancing our taste. The burst of colors seems more vibrant, the symphony of flavors more intense. We've even touched on how our senses, in turn, can trigger joy. A favorite melody, or the smell of fresh-baked cookies can evoke a sense of delight that's hard to put into words. What this all boils down to is the beautiful symbiosis between our senses and joy. One can amplify the other in a continuous feedback loop, creating what we know as the joyful experience. So the next time you're feeling joyous, take a moment to notice how it's enhancing your senses. It's truly a remarkable experience.